All right, good evening, Dr. Dingan. First of all, excuse me if my voice seems hoarse, but I just want to get this done. But I wanted to answer the case study of the Hershey Board 4.2. And as a member of the Hershey Board, I will cover the critical financial and ethical factors that we are accountable for. So as the governing board, we are fiduciaries of the organization's resources, pretty much the guardians of the initial mission, which was to educate poor male orphans, and today to enroll a diverse student body of low-income young men and women on our residential campus in central Pennsylvania. Worthy explains the board is accountable. It's answerable for everything that the organization does, how things are accomplished, and while it's not the role of the board to buy Cadbury or sell our controlling interest, it's to ensure the financial stability of the organization. With that being said, we propose a solution: the creation of a financial committee that will provide a 5 to 10 year forecast of the trust financial standing against the current market. A study can also be conducted by a third party audit to provide transparency. What we aim to prove is the current safe and cap logic way that we've managed the trust is not sustainable in the current market, or doesn't allow us to be competitive against any other major candy companies such as Mars, Wrigley, and Kraft. And important note is that these companies have begun negotiations to buy Cadbury, which would make them the largest candy company in the world. Being competitive does not divert from our mission and purpose. Instead, it may solidify our future financial standing. If we do not act, we run the risk of losing leverage as a major candy company, which would put our trust at more financial risk by lowering our stock price, as well as lose more business outside the United States. I would like to bring your attention to, if you're not familiar with the parable of the talent. So the story goes that there was a wealthy lord, and he was traveling to a far country. He entrusted his wealth to 3 men, pretty much the stewards of his money. One received 5 talents, another received 2, and the last received 1. Each of it, even though it was a talent, it was a significant amount of money that they were basically entrusted in. The story goes on to describe that each of the men interpreted the Lord's instructions as to how to manage his money or how to secure his money while he was gone. The first 2 decided that they would trade, and they made 100% profit, while the third man operated out of fear, and he hid the talent in fear that his Lord would return and that he would be broken. At least he would have 1. Now, how are we to interpret this parable? Was it wise to invest the money in trading to make the profit, or to hide it in case of a bad day? The story obviously is from the Bible, and it tells that the 2 men that were invested were actually praised and given more, while the third one was scolded and admonished. And by no means is this meant to message that if we don't buy Cadbury, we will be scolded and admonished, but it's to promote the idea of investing to grow the trust so that we continue to serve the company. We asked the board to be allowed an opportunity to address the Attorney General, to show the positive aspects of buying Cadbury, to show the current and the future financial status of Hershey Trust with the purchase of Cadbury and without, instead of operating out of fear. Our second proposal is to nominate and hire a CEO that will operate on a board-centered leadership. That's one that facilitates interaction with board relationships, envisioning change and innovation for the organization with the board, and initiating and maintaining a structure for the board. This is coming from Herms and Heimfix in 2005. The CEO will be the one who takes responsibility for supporting and facilitating the board's work, which would decrease the level of external influence in the board's decisions. And that is my presentation, and we would like you to consider those 2 proposals. Thank you.